Good news, everyone! The content patch finally dropped on Thursday last week, Thursday, July 10th. I've been incredibly busy, and so I haven't had the chance to get round to it yet, but here we are. Luckily, since there was a bit of a delay, we can cover the hotfix that came out for this on Friday as well. What does Content Update and Patch Notes 2.0 have in store for us? Hello builders, the 2.0 update is now live on every platform. This major update adds 3 heavy-duty SAR class recovery vehicles and a versatile classic scout transporter, introduces photo mode, enables vehicle transporter support, adds engine on-off via the handbrake, reduces rainfall, and brings critical fixes and technical improvements. This is good because there were a lot of bugs, especially on Deluge. I actually found a game-breaking bug where it disabled me from being able to finish and complete a main quest. So hopefully when I dive into this, once we've gone through the patch notes, it will be fixed and we'll be able to continue on our journey. Patch notes, main new features, gameplay. Added 3 new SAR class vehicles, specialised recovery vehicles with heavy duty winches, plus a versatile scout transporter for flexible logistics. So you got the Nota Allegro, the Step 39331 Pike, the SAR Mule T1, and the TOOS 119 Lynx with trailer. And you can see these in the pictures. They look very, very cool. I love the design of them. I like the aesthetic. I think they're very, very awesome. Added photo mode. You can enter in photo mode through the pause menu. This is honestly fantastic and something I've been waiting for. The game is so pretty and I want to take photos. I'm a big fan of taking screenshots and I don't like it when there's a HUD there. So the fact they've added this in is brilliant. Added a unsecuring functionality for mounted vehicles on transporters at last. This is something that we have said from day one. It's really weird that you've got a transporter that you can't then affix outside of putting the handbrake on. So love that. Added new engine on-off functionality. Hold the handbrake button to toggle ignition. This is something that a lot of people have asked for because the sound of the engine constantly rumbling when you're not in the vehicle, even though the fuel's not a thing, is just annoying. So again, very good. Added quick player marker placement functionality, always good. Any QOL updates are very much greatly appreciated. Adjusted decreased occurrence of rainfall in all location. Who likes rain anyway? I don't mind that. I didn't mind the amount of rain. The thing I didn't like was no extra lights that you could put on to see better in the rain. But lowering the rain probability and making it a bit more natural, I don't see a problem with that. New features, tech. Added Intel XS upscaling technology integration. Added Steam input support implemented. Added full frame generation support with X2, X3, and X4 scaling options. No, don't forget to enable hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. I'm hoping there's more optimization fixes with the game. It is one of the worst performing games I've got. For reference, I'm running a i9 10 series 4060 Ti 16 gig and I've got 64 gig of 3200 speed RAM and I can't stream this in any higher quality than low on OBS without it just absolutely dying on us. So hopefully the optimization's a little bit better, but we will of course be testing that. Bug fixes and improvements. General fixes. Fixed an issue with gamepad stick dead zones. Input now registers properly. That's good. Fixed an issue where players' progress stats were displaying incorrectly across screens. I can see how that would be annoying. Luckily, I've not been affected by these. Fixed an issue where certain resources couldn't be solid at construction depot. Fixed an issue where IA vehicles could incorrectly stop when any vehicles were near the route starting point. So annoying when they stop and there's miles before they hit them. Fixed Pro's mod browser connection no longer requires active Game Pass PS Plus subscription. Fixes for multiple random crashes and general stability improvements, minor performance optimizations, localization fixes. So again, this is good. They have, they've made minor performance optimizations. They need to make major, in my opinion, but any improvement is good. Save system. Fixed additional edge cases that would cause save corruption. Note, while we believe patch 2 resolves any all known issues, if you encounter corrupted saves, please let us know. Fixed an issue where cargo straps would remain invisible until first use after reloading a save game. Fixed an issue with axles controls resetting when reloading saves. Fixed an issue where IA vehicles would get stuck in garages while reloading saves. So annoying. Fixed rare cases where players didn't receive rusty vehicles when saving co-op progress. Fixed an issue on kernel that would cause object box to disappear after a save reload on a final mission. Lots of vehicle improvements here. We've got added all rollers now have a toggle to enable disable asphalt rolling functionality. Cronework L34 cargo blade now have sand flattening mode. Like that. Better vehicle shakes effect from running on engines. Sand refill visual effects for dump trucks. Smoother suspension tuning for both Tega 6455 dump truck variants. So that is the big one that was spilling a lot of sand everywhere, I believe. The Bikel 5916 mobile crane, both variants now has reduced rock-inducing bouncing. Good, because it was awful. Adjusted Zik 605E heavy equipment transport, a restored variant, now features increased engine power, no impact on vehicle speed. Both variants restored Rusty have improved function on deployable ramps for easier vehicle loading. Yeah, that's good. It was, if you're on any sort of incline, the ramps were just not having it at all. Adjusted load rotation functionality for auto cranes is now available in both the crane functions and crane control. Tabs previously on in crane control. Adjusted static cranes controls slightly refined for better consistency. FOV settings for the Amato bowhead 30-ton first-person view. Hallelujah. Adjusted the Aramatasu bowhead 30-ton platform rotation and bed lift drop controls now use separate inputs. Thankfully, because I was trying to turn it and was constantly going up and down, so now they're separate. I like that. Warden Kovek ATV mobile operation base now unlocks at level 15, previously level 20. Erling Roadworks 750R asphalt roller now unlocks at level 13, previously 19, so they've made it easier to get things. I like that. Erling Roadworks 120 special asphalt paver now unlocks at 13, previously 14. Resolve vehicle duplication issue during recall function. MTK Prosecco 200 models problems inside the cockpit. Fixed field service vehicles no longer incorrectly recall themselves when no free space to recover near target occurs. Missing collision issues on parts of the EPEC TC305 model. Fixed Arling Roadworks 750R art problems inside the cockpit. Fixed abnormal terrain deformation bugs during cable laying. Fixed the EPEC TC305 heavy crab crane boom retraction issue resolved when raising full extension. Fixed harvester's arm now cannot get stuck in surrounding trees after processing. Good. Visual synchronization between tree and branches and harvester arm. Tree cutting sync problems. Issue where the Karn Low Stranic could summon vehicles too far away or in water. That doesn't sound good. Improved grader vehicles handling in grader mode for gamepads and infinite sand exploit with dual dump trucks. UI, UX. There is a lot here, friends. Added new icons in Garage indicating deployed vehicles. Adding new search animation in friend session list to improve user feedback during session lookup. Good. Added console cursor now snaps to markers and waypoints for better navigation. Adjusted minor layout refinements to the starter vehicle selection screen during the initial screen launch. Adjusted minor refinements to the resource background panel on the bridge construction screen. Adjusted minor refinements to vehicle start screen. Adjusted increased company logos and backdrop sizes and customization menu for better readability. That's always a plus. There's no point in having a company name if you can't bloody read it. Adjusted undefined unified the leaving session screen for clients, now displaying consistent visuals whether voluntary exiting or being kicked from the host. Field service vehicles fuel resource for summoning is now renamed to service token with an updated icon. Enhanced in-game compass readability with redefined marker visuals and layout options. Always good to improve the compass. Infrastructure task cards now feature enhanced building icon clarity. Usability of the sand quarry activation widget for more intuitive operation. Smooth scrolling for vehicles in card shop. Start endpoint arm markers for AI routes now display the visual fidelity. That's good. Adjusted multiplayer session end screen rework to prevent accidental co-op save prompts. PC adjusted change the vehicle switch keys from ZX to QE and in vehicles quick stop hold tab. Change vehicles classes with switch keys from ZX to QE in the garage shop widgets. Adjusted DLC widget with preview images showing including content. That is something that should have been in from the get-go, so I'm really happy it's there. Adjusted pros connection status screen interface. Fixed visual glitch after affecting the color selection highlight on the vehicle customization screen. Fixed in some cases the missions completed message appears too small. Fixed grader mode transition animations now work properly. Green progress arrows now correctly show completed maps. Resolved infinite new vehicles in garage. Notification markers when no vehicles were actually present. Fixed production items indicator no longer disappears in Eagles mode showing buildings view. And fix the road border stripe brightness issuing during specific weather presets. Roadworks. Fixed rare bug where roller road beautification effects would disappear after reloading a save. Oh, that would be annoying. Fix road construction stops if two AI vehicles meet face to face on a curved bend. Fix bug with Arling Roadworks 120 Special in AI roadwork mode. Now properly places initial road segment. Fix road construction markers now properly disappear when re-entering Eagle mode after road building. Fix resolve rare issue where AI vehicles could become permanently stuck in terrain after completing road construction tasks. Steering wheels added native support for the Hori racing wheel, for the racing wheel overdrive, native support for Fantech, GT, and CSL. Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 Spider on its preset. Input conflict between Edition Action 1 axis controls removed. Fixed steering wheels controls conflict between tab navigation, and fixed steering wheel button reassignment now properly switches preset to custom. This is all good. I would still like to see joysticks be added. I think this game, when using the cranes using a joystick, would be absolutely divine, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Sound. Added weather-appropriate ambient sounds in Garage. Adjusted realistic tree stump cutting sound effects implemented. Sounds for Invictus Type A scout vehicle. Adjusted enhanced reverse gear sounds for multiple vehicles. Adjusted asphalt laying sound effects volume increased. Fixed user hooked by the tower crane doesn't hear its sounds. Sound of tipper movement is missed for the observer in co-op. Fixed sound of laying asphalt is too quiet. Branch brake sounds now sync correctly during multiplayer terrain digging. Collision sounds now properly sync between hosts and clients. Inconsistent sound effects behavior in Eagle mode resolved. Background music no longer stops after loading into the main menu from a scene. Render. Added ultra quality shadow preset in graphics settings. Adjusted enhanced sand texture detail in dump truck beds. Windshield raindrop visibility and quality in FPV mode enhanced. Adjusted mirrors now automatically enabled by default when selecting ultra graphics preset. Fixed PS5 raindrops now correctly create ripple effects on water surfaces. Terrain textures now maintain sharpness when VRAM is sufficient, blurs only during actual VRAM shortages. Mirrors now render correctly in PS5, and Fog of War appears and disappears with a delay. Steam Deck. Fixed fonts and icons now display correctly on Steam Deck, and minor performance visual optimization. Mods. Fixed mod browser navigation and mod load stability improved, and fixed custom scenario mods descriptions are now scrollable. Other. Added radio icon animation during transmissions from Kelly. Fixed resolved issue preventing resource storage after switching between legacy and default crane control schemes. Fixed process the tree winch points now properly aligned with trucks. The strengthened the pier mission on kernel map now properly counts the last slab. I think somebody was having an issue with that, so that's good that they fixed it. Red bugs affecting winch point visual markers on dynamic options, and issues with wide concrete bridge phantom flickering when the player's vehicle passes through the phantom. So that was a big patch. There's a lot there to break down, but we did get a hotfix. So we got a hotfix the day after, and this is 2.1. Hello builders, yesterday's update introduced a vehicle duplication glitch. This hotfix addresses the issue by removing all duplicate vehicles created by the bug and preventing it from occurring again. We are aware most of the other bugs introduced in 2.0 updates, such as the y-axis not being inverted when using a controller, and we are working on them. So the patch notes comes with fix the duplication bug and fix issues preventing vehicles from unlocking properly, and fixed a crash related to AI routes when the track reached its destination. A lot there. A hell of a lot there. We will jump into the game, and I want to look at the photo mode, and I want to look at the new trucks if we're able to and stuff, and really see what's going on. I also want to check the bug that we had before the update to see if that has been fixed with a big update and a redo, and we can decide what's going on from there. So jump in. Okay, I've got some good and some bad news with the update. The good news is that the optimization and performance seems to be much better. I'm currently running on this on Ultra, and everything seems to be going okay. It doesn't look like we've got any frame rate drops, and recording at least the CPU is quite low. We're getting no encoding errors, etc. It seems to be doing all right. The bad news, however, is that the bug that I had before this update that they do know about and are looking at fixing is still not fixed. The generator is still in the wall and unable to be recovered, and I can't reset the mission. I can only reset or recover the item, and it just warps it inside the building of where the item is, if that makes sense. However, the game looks incredible and is playing really well and very smooth. I'm getting no frame rate drops on my end or on the OBS, which is good. Sucks about the bug but we can always go onto a different map and just hopefully get it finished and fixed and sorted before we have any sort of real issues with trying to complete all of the maps 100%. Now, for the photo mode. To access it, you go into the start menu and then you have to press X at the bottom. What I will say is it would be nice if they made it a bit easier to find. I almost thought that it wasn't there and my game was broken because it's in such a small, inconspicuous spot in the bottom left-hand side. But you press X and you are in a full photo mode that you can go in, you can withdraw, you can change your field of view, you can go bigger, go wider. You can change your rotation. You can change the bokeh intensity or blur. And you can change the depth of field as well. So you've got a full-on photo mode here, which is honestly fantastic. And I am very, very happy with it. It's a bit finicky using controller. It's probably going to be easier using your mouse and keyboard. But honestly, they've done a really good job. And it looks absolutely fantastic. You can then change your camera. You can change your filter here as well. So you can go monochrome or different filters. You got your exposure. You got your brightness. You got your contrast. And then you've got your frame as well. So you can have a letterbox or none. You can have a logo on. Different logos for Roadcraft. This is really cool. And you got your logo scale as well. I'm a big fan. I think this is brilliant and much needed. I actually kind of like the logo idea and the frames and stuff much, much better than what I've seen on other interpretations of photo mode. I think this is great. Playable vehicles are in. So we've got this wonderful little SAR recruitment vehicle, recovery vehicle, and it's not got bad stats at all. You've got a winch length of 22 meters and a winch strength of 6 tons. It looks awesome. I love the fact that it is a SAR truck and it's only 23,000. It's not that expensive either. You have a second SAR recovery truck here as well, which looks equally as good. I love the design of it, and obviously it's got your colors on top of the stripes. This one's a little bit more expensive at 45,000, but it's got more stability, more mobility, more capability, and more weight, and it also has the ability to low gear, block differential, and all-wheel drive, with again a winch strength of 8 tons, so it's got more winch strength than the other SARS truck, and a winch length of 22 meters. Lastly, you have the Scout with trailer. This gives you some more versatility and some more usefulness on your missions. This Scout truck looks absolutely awesome as well, by the way, with the big fins and the fenders, and the trailer looks pretty robust as well. Winch length of 24 meters with this one, a winch strength of 6 tons, an objective scanner and a terrain scanner of 55 and 50 meters. You've then got a bed length of 6.8, and you can have a cargo bed capacity of 8 tons as well. I really like this. I think it's really cool. It's a fantastic addition to the content. Overall then, I'm very happy with the content update. It sucks that the bug that has essentially broken my game and stopped my progress for a while is still balked, but the improvements they've made and everything else means that I'm probably going to be digging into this a bit more and trying to beat the other maps, and hopefully just coming back to this one when they essentially patch it out. This game is incredibly fun, and it's good to see that Saber and Focus Entertainment care enough to keep the updates come in and have updated their roadmap accordingly. Sucks that the update was late, but I would rather have an update that comes out with fewer problems than an update that is rushed and causes more problems and makes the game more unplayable. Let me know what your favourite feature and part of the update is. Let me know if the bugs that you've been experiencing have been resolved, and I'll see you all in the next video. Ciao, ciao.